Welcome back, guys. So, I think Daniel Negreanu said it really well when he once said, poker is like sex. Everybody thinks they're good at it. Now, at first glance, that just seems like a very simple line. But if you think about it, there are things that people do that make them think that they're good, but they don't realize that there's more to it. What I mean to say is that on my journey towards becoming a better poker player, there are some things that I have to become very realistic about. For example, in most things in life, in order to become better at them, you have to admit that you have flaws in certain areas. Ironically, when it comes to poker, you have to admit that you're good in certain areas. And I think the reason you need to do this is because once you realize that you're good in certain areas, then you can begin to find the areas that you are weak in. So for example, if a person says to themselves, I don't understand, why am I a losing player if I'm so good at making decisions? Maybe your flaw is not in your decision-making process. Maybe your flaw is in your discipline, like with me. You know, you have a really, really bad night, you keep pushing and pushing. You look at these pro players and you see them on a bad night, they keep going and going. Maybe you're not up to where they're up to. Maybe you need to really, really have rules in place. Don't play table games. Don't play when you're losing. Have a strategy that makes sense for you. Do you want to be buying in deep? Do you want to be buying in short and maybe have 2 or 3 bullets? I think that with myself, the reason why I've been a losing player for so long is simply because I've let good sessions turn into bad sessions. Again, got to know when to cash out. How do you know? If you're having a good session, you're supposed to squeeze it out. These are things you need to figure out. We can try to figure them out together. Some of the answers you need to figure out for yourself. But other people might be losing for different reasons than me. Maybe they don't have good decision-making processes at the table. I'm not saying that I make the best decisions, but I am saying that every decision could be argued. And if you watch enough vlogs, you realize most decisions justify the action. And what that means is that it doesn't really matter. You don't have to be right all the time. In fact, if you're right all the time, you'll probably be a horrible poker player. It means you're too much of a policeman. The reality is that you just have to play a good game, and you need to figure out where you're good, and then don't complain about being good. Figure out why you're losing. If I were to go over all the years that I'm playing as a losing player, I can see that I shouldn't have let this winner turn into a loser. I shouldn't have let this loser get even worse. I shouldn't have said, the hell with it, let's just take a shot at blackjack. And I think that everybody in their heart of hearts knows that the game of poker, you can beat it. The problem is the game of human psychology, you can't necessarily. It's very hard to outplay yourself. And this is why, in order to be a successful poker player, you need to get to the point where I would like to believe I'm at now, where you say, this is it. This is what I really, really want to do, and I'm willing to give up on all the nonsense. I'm willing to play, like I've said in my previous vlog, very, very low level, simple, basic, strategic poker, make good decisions, get more and more comfortable with the game. And remember, if you're playing a 1-3 game, if you cash out $300, that's a very, very good win, because that means if you're playing at the 100, 200 level, then you'll be cashing out, I don't know, $30,000. Actually, I think it would be a little more than that, because I don't think the ratio works that way. But the point is that the reason why I am a losing player is because I'm so focused and frustrated at all those times where I get it in good. And man, do we get it in good so often, but yet we still lose. But what happened after you got it in good and you lost? Did you walk away? Did you have a plan? Did you go to higher stakes? Did you say the hell with it? You gotta figure out where your flaws are. I don't doubt everybody, and I mean everybody's ability to be a winning poker player. The problem is, like I said, unlike everything else in life, where in order to become better, you need to practice, become better and better and better. A gymnast, a fighter, a lawyer, a doctor. When it comes to poker, you need to know, okay, this is where I'm good. I'll keep practicing here, but I gotta be very, very honest with myself about where my flaws are. For me, thankfully, my flaws are in discipline. Unfortunately, that's a really tough thing to work on. But once you make the commitment, at least you're not lacking, the intelligence in other areas where you just keep making silly things. You see the game, you see the picture, you just get frustrated when you're unlucky. And these are things we'll talk about. Long-term tilt, there are some great books out there. But all I just want to do is jump on here today. First of all, I wanted to keep a running count since the beginning of this, thing that I'm taking on, running Bad Poker, and see if I can turn myself into a poker player that can win at the game. So I'm going to start to post how much I'm up or down. As of now, I'm down 1,000. Again, I made some mistakes. I played really, really well, but I didn't have any rules. I was down a few hundred, and then on my next session, I made it all back and then some. And then the last session, I started running really, really bad in weird spots. And as a result, I said, screw it, And then I just pissed it all away plus more and left for that few day session down 1,000. There was no need for that. I should have had a plan in each and every session and in each and every visit. You need to have intent, you need to have a plan, a really, really good plan. Anyways, God bless you all. I hope this was helpful to some of you. For what it's worth, it's good for me to get it out, because if I have to be answerable to this video, to you guys, hopefully it'll make me a better player, because I do believe, and I see the results. I keep notes of everything. And I know I could be profitable even at this point already, but God willing, be working on my discipline. You guys work on your leaks, and remember, don't focus on where you're good. I think that's the problem. We get so frustrated. What a great read. I got it in so good. Then what happened after that? Anyways, have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep a running count of how I'm doing as I go through my sessions, and hopefully we can go through this together and become better at this. Keep it nice and simple, regular, layman conversations. God bless you.